let's get into this intro. Hello, 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 and welcome to all my lazy lovers. This is your girl, Cassie C, also known as the Chocolate Bunny Honey, and tonight we want to welcome you back to a long awaited episode of the Standard, the Heart, the Thought, where we engage in thought provoking conversations. And without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to my amazing, beautiful, and illustrious co host, Top to the E to the. Tell them how you feel, honey.
Hey y'all, I feel better than I did yesterday, honey. Let me tell y'all something. Dentist is not for me, but I know I need it to have a pretty mouth. But I feel blessed today, tonight, this evening. How you feeling, Stinker?
Honey, I'm pushing through one day at a time. And I don't really like the dentist either. And I can't stand when I'm at the dentist and I'm feeling all juicy mouth, with big old swole
Mm-hmm.
cheeks, as if my cheeks need to be any more swole, might I add.
I know. Ugh. And they using new technology now. Girl, that scared me. Ooh, they using some little metal thing that twists your tooth out.
What?
Girl, all I heard was I was like, oh my god. All I
Oh
could do was just
no.
clench on the chair, y'all. Yes, they doing something new. They ain't just pulling it and closing it. And now they what you call that? It's like stitch it. They stitch your gums closed once they take your
What?
teeth out. Yes,
Uh-uh.
I seen him do it. I was like, Lord, hurry
Uh-uh.
up. Please hurry up.
Listen,
I
so,
don't know
okay,
if
you
that's
got a
something
tooth
new.
pull?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Hmm.
I don't know if that's what they do at the clinic I went to or that's in general. But and they stuck me 4 times to numb my mouth. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm not with that. I don't my mouth.
Well, honey, let me just say this. First of all, sir, ma'am, whoever that might be, you not about to stitch my gums. Let me see you come towards me with yes, piece of needle and piece of thread. We're gonna have some problems, okay? Mm-hmm.
I know. Oh, I don't do good with needles. Oh,
Mm-mm. No, this is
I'm
not a
a big
sewing
baby.
kit. You're not about to be threading up my mouth. Now, what I will say is those
Hmm.
shots that you got, honey, you wanted that. You wanted
Yeah,
those
yeah.
shots because, honey, one touch and you was gonna shout from the rooftops, and that's not what you wanted.
I know. They numb me up nice and good too. Whew. My
But see,
jaw
then you
felt
got
like
all juicy
somebody.
mouth.
Yes, yeah. Lady kept talking to me. I was like, lady, you don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking like this. You can't understand nothing I'm saying. So why you sitting there trying to have a full on conversation with me? Clean my mouth and let
Girl.
me go.
Well,
Please.
listen, I'm just glad that you're doing okay. I was a little under the weather for a couple days, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
slowly but surely getting better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a new year. We keep talking. I keep getting alerts about this stimulants, this third round.
Stimulants.
It's, yeah, that's stimulants.
Listen, it don't count if it's not in my bank account.
Right. You hear me? They back and forth with, oh no, yes, no, yes. It's like children in a playground.
I think they're gonna
Like,
do it. It's politics.
yeah,
That's why I don't really do politics. I'm good on that. Those people
oh
can
yeah,
stay where they are.
facts. I don't do with that neither. And I think they changed the amount of how much you get paid to be able to get one.
Hmm.
I think they made it to what 50,
Oh, okay.
and that's single though. That's single people.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm still eligible.
Telling the people your
So
business, girl. They don't need to know.
that'd be alright. They don't know the actual number.
Well, listen. Speaking of people, let's get into this topic, honey, because we got some things to talk about tonight. The topic for tonight is people, 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 honey, people.
Sounds like an awesome combo to me.
Child, the drama, okay? I can't hang. I can't get down with the okie doke. Um,
Mm.
you would think after watching so many people just drop dead and get loaded into 18 wheelers, um, from, just how crazy this pandemic has been, you would think that people would be just a little bit more compassionate and have a little bit more empathy towards one another. But that there, as good as it sounds, that there is not what's going on, you know? And so I just want to say to the people, 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 get it together, okay?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the pandemic really made people more not empathetic, not care, don't give a you know what? Because a lot of people think, oh, everybody gonna catch it anyway. No, 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 no. Everybody is not. Then they came out with the vaccine,
No,
put people at ease, but people still are dying from that. And it's just people that don't give a two ish. Some people just don't care about life in general, and you
I
can't
have a
make them.
problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do not care about life after seeing so many people lose their lives, I'm sure some of those people would love to trade places with you, realistically.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I just, honey, I don't have the time for just the misery and the unnecessary things and shenanigans that we've been seeing all over the place. Ideally, I would think that people would be using this time to be constructive and stick their nose into whatever it is that's going to make that coin, make that paper, and
Yeah.
on the contrary, people still have their nose or their noses in other people's business. And instead of the majority making those coins shake, child, all I see is booty shaking, honey. They on Instagram shaking and baking and everything else. And you to each his own. I'm not knocking nobody, honey. You do the body yada yada and the busting and
Right.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, with all of that, do something constructive. Stay out of people's business. Stop tearing down one another. Do something that's going to make a difference. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure when people stepped into 2020, they weren't expecting for some big virus to hit and wipe out a huge number of people. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them had goals and dreams and aspirations, and they don't have the opportunity anymore. Yet here we are, still being negative, still being nasty, and for those who want to be super fake, still being nasty,
Mm-hmm.
unproductive, counterproductive, you know, and just not doing what it is that they need to do just to add value to their lives and to those around them. And that's why shout out to my circle. And girl, you just happen to be a part of my circle. But we talk about making this money, okay? Making that paper, making a difference. We actually don't sit up and gossip like that at all. I don't even think we ever talk about anybody.
Yeah, it's too much time that could be wasted. Time don't wait on the dead, so it definitely does not wait on the living.
Period.
So do what you can while you're here, while you're still breathing, while you're healthy.
Exactly.
Because we all don't know how bad it's gonna hit, and we all don't know how our bodies can take any virus
Mm-hmm.
or any sickness. So stay healthy.
Yeah, and aside from the pandemic, we don't know what day will be our last day. Heck, let's break it down a little bit further. We don't know what moment is going to be our last moment. We don't have time to be wasting time at all.
Hmm.
It's unnecessary, and these are the necessary conversations that need to happen. And it's so unfortunate. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I noticed that she was a little bit quiet. And
Hmm.
so I went and checked on her. And girl, someone hit her in Atlanta, and her car went spinning and flipped 3 times on its head, landed on its head, and they had to claw her out of that vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
And then, she had a friend in there as well. Now, glory be to God, although they were injured with some broken bones, they still lived. But do you see what I mean about how things can happen quickly within the blink of an eye?
Yep, it was not their time.
Right.
Their time to go. That's unfortunate, and that's scary to see, or to see that happening
Hmm.
like head on. Like the first thing that will go through my head is like, I am going to die. This is how I leave this earth. And we have
Yeah.
a lot of wrecks here, man. Ugh. I ain't too long seen on the freeway on my way going home a truck, a F1, no, a 350 flipped over. That's
Hmm.
a huge truck.
Hmm.
It just make you think, how the hell did that happen? What was they doing? They had to been speeding, not paying attention. It's just so much. People act like they just can't sit behind the wheel and just drive.
Right, girl. Well, honey, people. Again, if you are out there listening, whether you catching us live or you catching us on the replay, we want to take a moment and thank you for lending your ears because we
Hmm.
really appreciate it. But I want to challenge all of our listeners. If you're one of those people who do nothing but sit around and talk and gag and the gag is, honey, drink a little water, okay? Stay hydrated,
Right.
mind your business, stay out from in between folks' legs because we got that bad. We worry about other people's body parts
Yep.
and do something valuable. Ouch. I know it hurt, but I got a
Hmm.
band aid for you. We're going to expose the things that need to be exposed. And the quote unquote gag is we got to do better. Period.
Got to.
No excuses. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, if you hearing this and you know you got to do a quick little self check, a quick little self assessment, I just wrote you the prescription. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Use
Now
it
let's
wisely.
that's right. Now let's shift gears. Let's talk about these people. Let's talk about dating in
Oh,
the midst of a dating in the midst of a pandemic, honey. How's it going?
it is horrible out here.
Really?
Very. Let me tell you, dating apps are making the most money. They're making a lot of money because everybody is getting on those apps because we
Mm-hmm.
can't go nowhere. I personally regret not doing a lot or going out as much in 2019. I regret.
Mm-hmm.
I regret it because now I want to and we can't really do much. And
Yeah.
so you have people that are horny not trying to, settle down, not trying to get to know you. They just ready to jump into the bed. And when
But
you
that's
ask them
always, isn't it?
questions, yeah, it's worse. It's 10 times worse. COVID made it even more worse. They're even more hornier to the point
Mm,
where they don't give a damn where they at. They'll tell you online, they are way more freely to say how they feel online. They wouldn't say this to you in person, but they will say it online. And I'll just be reading and looking. I'm like, there has to be way more value. You have to value yourself way more than this. Like, I understand we grown and we talk about sex. I don't mind talking about it, but let's not talk about it all the time. Find
mm-hmm.
some constructive to do. Like, let's get to know each other. Ask me something about me. That's it's hard. It's way harder now.
Will ask you something about you and actually mean it. Don't put
Yeah,
on a facade. Don't bring your representative. Keep your assistant outside of that door. I'm not
exactly.
looking for your assistant. I will say this though. Um, One thing that I notice is most people are girl. The double standard is at an all time high. Most people have set standards for what they quote unquote want and do not want,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even set standards for themselves. How does that work?
I feel like some people are looking, are wanting to be saved. They want, a woman wants a man to sweep off her feet. Um, or a man wants a woman that's going to be very submissive and not be a headache and still work and still put up with his trauma, childhood trauma,
No, ma'am.
and so forth. Stop trying to be saved. If you need to have your ish together before you date. And I
And if you
mean,
don't have it together, go get it together. Let me say this:
exactly.
your significant other is not your therapist. Hello.
Exactly. I'm not going to sit here and build you up for the next woman, because that's exactly how it goes.
And aside from that, it's not your job
Mm-mm.
to
No.
repair something that you didn't, damage.
Yep.
That's draining.
Very
Realistic,
draining.
yeah, I mean, realistically, we've got to do a better job of being what we expect. Meaning, ladies, because I'm going to talk to all of my ladies out there. You want a man that's 6'5", 205, who's got a Rolls Royce, a mansion, no kids, no baby mama drama. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he's got to make look, honey, the millennials. It's no longer six figures. He's got to have seven figures. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and good credit, but sis,
Yep.
you still live with your parents and they're
Yep. And you in a
and
Honda.
no shade, no shade. I'm just saying, you still live with your parents, okay? You working at Burger King, okay? It's set up to be a 9 to 5, except for you call out early every day.
Yeah.
Problem number one,
Mm-hmm.
your credit score starts with a 1, okay?
It's crazy.
You want him to have seven figures when you can barely hold on to three. Come on, sis.
Yeah,
And
that
then you're
goes back.
entertaining every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And it's the same for the fellas. In
Yep.
essence, to say you have to be equally yoked. We've got to do better.
Yeah, that goes back to me saying they want to be saved,
Mm-hmm.
taken care of. What makes you think you are, worth all that?
Absolutely. Shout out to Cinnamon Love. We
Hey,
appreciate
Cinnamon.
you.
Appreciate you, girl.
Oh, wait a minute, honey. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's Mama Cinnamon. And if that's Mama Cinnamon, shout out to you, boo. We love you over here, and we're so proud of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You saw how I just put two and two together, girl. That's how my brain works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we just got to do better. And
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to be alone. If I can't enjoy being with Cassie, let me tell you something. Before I got into a relationship, I took myself out on dates.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed going to the movies by myself pre-pandemic.
Girl, let me tell you.
Honey, I will take
We
my own cake to the Cheesecake Factory, okay?
oh, let me tell you, I done been out to dinner by myself, to the movies by myself. I took myself out walking the park, the
Yeah, I've even
mall.
gone dancing. Hello.
Girl, I like to be alone. To actually, I do. I enjoy it,
Yeah.
but that don't mean I don't want nobody to do it
Right,
with.
but the point is if you don't enjoy your own company, if you're miserable with yourself, don't you think somebody else is going to be miserable with you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's listen to this voice message.
Okay.
No, it's not Mama Cinnamon. It's your auntie. Hello, Cassie.
TT
Hey, Ty.
Vicky.
Hey,
Oh,
cinnamon
baby,
love.
let me tell you, my TT done rolled in here on me. Honey, it is an honor. Okay? Listen, my entire night is made. I love me some TT Vicky, honey.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's
Oh,
Vicky's World on
it's
YouTube.
Vicky. Vicky. Ooh, okay. So good to see you. So good to hear your voice. Hope you're doing well.
Honey, speaking
But
of class and standard, that is one classy lady.
mm-hmm.
Very classy, honey. And they don't make them
Yes.
like her anymore. And I stick my neck out and say that, honey, she is one of a kind. She's a queen for real. Hold on, let's listen to her.
Hello, ladies. Now, I had deleted this app, but I got a message from my baby over there, so I had to re-download it and come over here and support my girls. Hey, y'all.
Appreciate it,
Ex-
Vicky.
Exhibit A,
She's so sweet.
amazing. Let me tell you something, okay? You cannot tell me anything negative about my TT. I don't want to hear it. Keep it, throw it out the window, sell it to somebody who cares, but don't let me find out about it because I'm going to pull it off the shelf. That lady is one of a kind. Don't mess with my TT. Thank you.
Right, end of story, period, with a T on the end.
Yeah, but aside from just the dates, with people being horny and all of that, because dudes are just horny,
Girl, yes.
it's just dudes. They have two brains, and unfortunately,
Mm,
some dudes, because I don't want to generalize,
yeah.
they favor the lower brain more than
Oh,
they
yeah.
do, yeah, the
The actual
actual
brain,
brain.
the one you think with. Yeah, of course. And then you have some that don't even bring it up. And that is one of a kind. Like, where he at? Where did you come from? Who sent
Hmm.
you? Why are you talking to me?
But see, you
But
got to stop that right there because see, we ask where they are, and then when they come, we interrogate them. We put them on trial. No, ma'am. Just enjoy that time. Here's the thing: great men and great women exist. And so often we think that we are too good or unworthy to have that person, or maybe I should say, not enough to receive that person. But how is it that you're going to pray for it and say it doesn't exist? And then when God blesses you with one, you don't know how to receive it. And that goes back
yeah,
to what I was saying about doing the work on self. You've got to be whole. I don't believe in half and half. Two halves don't make a whole. Two wholes make a whole relationship that's healthy, that's well, and you guys can work together and continue to build. Um, so when you find a good fella, receive it and
I
be all
agree.
that you want him to be. And the same
Mm,
thing goes, the other way around.
I
TT
so
Vicky,
agree.
TT Vicky, what you think about that? We were talking about dating in the midst of a pandemic. I want to hear the marriage perspective. How
Yeah.
has it been being married in a pandemic? They say that people have either grown closer or grown farther apart. And I can say for me and my significant other, although I'm not married yet, okay, we definitely have grown closer.
Mm-hmm.
He got on my nerves a couple times, and I'm sure I plucked his last nerve a few times. But
It
overall,
happens. Yeah, it
yeah,
happens. A relationship is never perfect.
amen. And he
You ain't
tells
gonna.
me that often.
Yes, you're not gonna just not argue. Something gonna come up.
Very true.
There's
He
gonna be a
tells me that
disagreement.
often. And girl, I can't stand arguing, okay?
Oof, it's just a waste of breath. You built all that upset, then your blood pressure go up, and I just I rather
M-
not.
Me personally, I think arguments make your breath stink, and I can't do stink breath.
Oh, you know what? Putting it like that, I can definitely agree. Like I don't even want
Yeah.
to talk no more. Like,
Mm-mm.
I,
Halitosis don't belong over here in this home.
you know, get that stink on somewhere.
Stank on ya. Stank off ya. Let's listen
Ooh.
to this message, girl.
Mm.
Cassie, I'm going to agree with you. At the end of the day, I actually had this conversation with my daughters. You have to stop looking for the type of man that you think you want. And you have to
Mm,
take a pause and let God do what He needs to do and bless you with what you need. See, a lot of women have make the mistake of praying for a good man, but you have to be a little bit more detailed on what type of good man you're looking for. Some women, well, I want a man with money. But you'll get a man with money, but he might be abusive. Oh, I want a
mm-hmm.
man that's good in the
Ooh.
bed. He's good in the bed, but he's broke. So sometimes you just gotta fall back and just let life happen. And a lot of times, a lot of women do miss out on a good thing because it's not what they think they need.
Oh yes.
Amen, honey.
Amen, girl.
Words
Look,
from the wise queen.
that was some truth. Cause I see it so much. I see it so much. We can
You
say
know,
what we
I've even
want.
told you that.
Yeah. Cause I don't. So does that fall in line of being picky or having high standards or not settling?
It's okay to have high standards. Just make sure you can meet those standards.
Righteous.
Um, but it's not okay to turn away somebody who typically may not be quote unquote your type. Because let's be realistic, okay? Sometimes trauma and dysfunction are very familiar and they're very comfortable. So, what may be your type may be a toxic type due to a
Mm.
toxic trait or something that's deeply rooted within that you just simply have not addressed. And as women and men, we tend to be very superficial. Now, I got to be able to look at you. Okay, I'm just say that. I got to be able to look at you. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not all about looks because if your personality is hitting, okay, then I
Right.
can kind of, well, not even kind of, I can overlook the fact that you're not the quote unquote best looking man in the world. And as TT Vicky said, sometimes, hey, you got somebody that's good looking and everybody looking at him and he looking back at everybody.
Mm. Okay. I
So,
definitely
it's
get that.
okay to have high standards. But, I remember we had a conversation, and I really hope you don't mind me putting that out there. But we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about dating, and you was like, not my typical type. That may be
Mm-hmm.
what you need.
Yeah, I remember that. And it's not even like I don't even like it. I like that. I just didn't think that type saw me in that light because I'm far from that. Like I'm not that type at all. But I
What
guess
type?
they say the geeky type that know a lot. I know some stuff, but I don't know some stuff.
But it's a learning journey. Life is a learning journey for us all. Nobody knows everything, and let me tell you this: what you attract is what you think you are. you gotta put some respect on your own name, and you've gotta value yourself a little bit more and understand that you deserve all that God has for you and then some, because people see us based off of how we see ourselves. And honey, that nerdy little boy, okay, probably sees you as the chocolate queen that you are. So
True.
put some respect on your own name and really do some self work and see the value that's within you. See just how much you have to offer, because those of us who love you, oh honey, we know. That's why we keep that bat right beside us. We don't play about ours.
Right on. Exactly.
Okay, Willie.
I am in agreement.
Let's play this.
Not your typical type. That's the ones you normally end up being with. My husband was not the type I would have went for. But
Mm.
that's the one that God saw fit for me. But on another note, Cassie and Ty, people think their standards are high and they're really not, because they really haven't experienced what it's like to be treated like a queen and to be
Yes.
loved and respected, and a lot of people get caught up on the bank size and everything, but it's more to love than just money. Because let me tell you, when I met my husband, he was at a part where he was starting all over again, and after his first divorce. And if it was based off of money, I wouldn't have never went with him. But we go down
Hold on.
I hate that it cuts them off. Like, come on, stereo, let them finish.
Okay, hold on.
this journey together, and
Okay.
we overcame all of that. So make sure you understand what your standards really are, because a lot of people really don't know what they want and what they're looking for.
That is
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just go off what we see on social media too. Like we see somebody that wants this, and we think it's cool, and we think that's what's up, and we like it. Oh yeah, I need that too. Social media plays a huge role in dating.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Wise One. Get your girl wetter. Okay, then. All right. And
Oh.
shout out to my TT Cinnamon Love. Now, TT, I gotta
Mhm.
piggyback off of what you said, because that is so true. You know, now, TT, people debated with me about this for the longest time, but I always told people, I know what it's like to be whined. I know what it's like to be dunned. I know what it's like to be treated like a queen in regards to the chivalry and opening my doors and getting gifts and catering to my every need. Um, but what I didn't have and what I didn't know was what it was like to have loyalty, someone who catered to the needs of my heart. So you could have all the money in the world, but honey, if you ain't loyal, you can two-step up out of that door and three, four, five up out of my face. And so when
Mm.
Babe came into my life, he understood what it was like to desire loyalty, because all of those things, they truly don't matter. And we have deep conversations, and I always say, you want to make sure that if life happens, you have the person in your life that's going to say, look, do all that you can do for this person. Don't pull the plug, because you could end up with somebody that says, I'll pull the plug. I just want the insurance money. I don't want to be
Mm.
bothered. I don't want to be bothered with taking care of you. It's not what I signed up for, because for some people, it's for
Mhm.
better and not for worse. For some
Yeah.
people, it's to have and to not hold on. Okay?
Yeah.
To some people, to some people, it's not for sickness and only when you're in health. So you've got to
Yeah.
be really careful who you pick and choose out here. And you've got to really, really, really lean on your heart's posture, being in a position to receive who God has for you and not what you think He has for you or what your eyes may want Him to have because it's what you like. You like what you see. He may be your dream man, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But is He catering to your heart? Is He pushing you spiritually? Is He pushing you mentally? Is He helping hold you accountable? And it's the same thing when it comes to the guys. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Woo, Stinker, you speak of it a lot in one paragraph. Mm-hmm. I don't even have a reply to that, but just a clap
Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. God is good.
all the time.
You are so right. It's just like the show that comes on, the have and the have nots. See, once you find that person that makes love to you
Mm.
mentally, then you'll understand. And when I say you, that's not to you per se. Then that person will understand what it's like to have a genuine love that's, and you're right, Cassie, loyal. Loyalty is key. And you want somebody that when you slip, they're right there and saying, I got you.
Yes, I love that. That 3 words. I got you. Don't it
That's a
just make
drop
you
the mic
feel
moment.
safe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make you
Yeah.
feel so good, so happy, feel safe, and you feel like you can be vulnerable with a man
Mhm.
or woman.
Mhm.
Cause a lot that's one of the main reasons why dating is hard because no one wants to be vulnerable. And I
Mhm.
get it because people whew, you tell them one little thing that happened in your life, they will ghost you, dipset.
Yep.
And that then right there, oh, I'm not being vulnerable with nobody no more. There you go.
Mhm.
Withered away.
Absolutely. Um, TT, that was a mic drop moment.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah, it was.
Cater to your heart. And this is for all of our listeners. Cater to your heart so that you will know what it's supposed to feel like when someone comes along and wants to cater to your heart properly.
Yeah. Without feeling like you're about to be played or you gotta, walk around with an S on your chest.
Yeah, absolutely. And stop letting everybody have access to you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I've never been the person to entertain multiple people. Now, mind you, ain't entertaining nobody but my chocolate honey. Hello, let me just put that out there, baby. When you listen, I'm only entertaining you, but this is just in general. I've never been
Mm-hmm.
the type to entertain multiple people because I understand that it's just like something of value. Too much and it starts to devalue. Okay? Not
Mm.
everybody deserves access because guess what? The one wrong person go eat at your insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
The other wrong person is going to pull you out of character. That other person is going to cause you to lose hair. Then somebody else, honey, he going to give you crow's feet, and we don't do wrinkles. Okay, in this
Right.
neighborhood, we
Yeah.
don't do that. That's not cute. No shade, but that's not cute. So stop allowing people to have so much access to you, and to all you ladies who want the free meal, stop it. You
Oh
not that
man.
hungry.
And if you are, you need a new job, better job.
You not that hungry because I'm gonna tell you something. That's somebody's son,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're not interested, stop using people because that's another reason why we get bit in the butt. Putting out the wrong energy and forgetting that what you put out is like a boomerang. You throw it out there and it's going to hit you in the face a little bit harder when it comes back around. We've got to start putting out what we want to receive.
Mm-hmm.
If you plant an evil seed, what kind of flower you think you going to harvest?
The same ish. And you know what? I thought um I thought that would be something to consider while dating. If you talk to one, you talk to them all, but you don't have to have intercourse with none of them. And I'm just like, I don't want that many people, texting me. I don't
Nope.
want that many people calling me.
Mm-mm.
And I ain't never used nobody for no free meal. But when I see other women do it, it's like, am I able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Or would I get penalized if I was to do something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you got to, oh, I want to give you an analogy. What happens when you're entertaining too many people and when you're entertaining the wrong people? First of all, God is not going to bless mess. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to bring you a princess or Prince Charming when you're entertaining every frog in the pond. But what happens when you're at the post office and you look down, entertaining Mr. Wrong, that you looking down and Mr. Right walks right past your face, but you couldn't see him because you were too busy entertaining what should have never been entertained in the first place. It
Mm.
happens all the time for
Yeah.
men and for women. Usually, and sometimes the one who's for you is a little closer than you think he or she is. They're usually right under your nose in some sort of way. So, yeah, you don't want to miss Mr. or Miss Right. They could walk right past you while you looking down in that phone, entertaining Mr. or Miss Wrong. Okay? Be
Yes.
careful, people.
Be real careful because it's really people out here that just want to be not a blessing, but be a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Out here to get you, mess your life up because they don't have nothing else to do or they are broken and trying to break up the motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Um, yeah, so we have talked about people who lack compassion. We have talked about people in relationship. But in the words of TLC, what about your friends? Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
those people.
Yeah, let's talk about
Y'all,
those.
if it's one thing that this pandemic did do was expose who truly is for you and who is not for you. That's a praise report. See, people think that that's a bad thing. But when you go through a season of pruning, that just
Yeah.
means that God is clipping the dead weight off of you.
Mm.
And you look and people look at it one way. See, I'm a universal thinker. People look at it as, oh, God is pruning this person from me and he's ridding them out of my lives. But guess what? He also pruned you out of theirs. You weren't what they needed to be either. Hello. We don't like to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. We think we too good or we think we have it all or we the entire package. But we're truly not. Like some people don't know their faults. They don't know their what'd you call it? Not faults, but they know what they need to work on. Some people
Mm-hmm.
don't know what they need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that do know, like me, I know. Okay. And I have
Mm-hmm.
no problem with telling you what I need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But for those that don't, those are the ones that think they're the entire package and can get whatever they want whenever they want from any man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
And when they don't get it, the world has ended drastically.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want to get disrespectful. You all type of names, but a child of God.
Mm.
Not none of them women. And now if a man don't pursue him like how they want to be pursued, he's gay. That's disrespectful. That man just don't want you.
Stay out from in between folks' legs. I said it once on this show, and I will say it again. We got to stop doing that.
That was crazy. And I hear that
Yeah.
often.
Mhm.
And even though in the beginning I was like, dang, why do he not want her? She's beautiful, this and that. Well, he just may not think she is beautiful as we do. So I was like, okay, that don't mean he, gay. Men have the option to say you're not attractive, or I don't
Yeah.
like you, or I don't want to have sex with you. Because when they say that, that's when we say, oh, they gay. Because we in our heads, oh, they men have sex with anything with two legs.
Not all of them.
Exactly. And when we don't,
Mhm.
when we meet them ones that don't, that won't, that's where the generalizing come in.
Mhm. Yeah. That's why it's like I said before. It's so important to understand your value, and it's so important to know what you deserve,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to pinpoint what somebody else deserves. But in regards to the friendships,
Yeah.
y'all do better. Call people that you haven't called and talked to. Um, and even if the Lord has pruned them from your lives, make sure that you've done the soul work. Make sure that you have forgiven them. You've forgiven yourself for allowing the wrong people to have the access to you. And just do better. Seriously. It's not that difficult. If it's work that has to be done for Cassie, I'm going to do it, because guess what? When Cassie showed up to that 9 to 5 and worked for somebody who didn't see her worth, I was just, somebody who was helping build somebody else's dream. I gave it my all. And we have to
Right.
learn how to do that for ourselves as well. Um, and hold people accountable. Hold people accountable. For your friends that really are your friends, stop being yes men. If they're wrong, respectfully and lovingly let them know that they're wrong. Because when you become a part of my tribe, that means that you're going to hold me accountable at all costs. I don't need somebody to say, "Ooh, girl, yeah, you right." I need you to say, "Ooh, sis, that's going to stunt your growth. You might want to rethink that."
Yeah. Exactly. That should be everybody, but it's a lot of people out here that want yes women, yes men. They want their ego stroked. I'm me. No, I'm not finna do that.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to tell the truth, or you want me to be honest?
Right.
Because they are two different things. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, you know, we have to do better. And so, you know, let people go. We don't belong to each other anyway.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes when it comes to certain friendships and bonds, people can even become possessive. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You ever had those friends who didn't want you to talk to nobody else?
Ooh, them and the codependent ones.
Get over yourself and go heal.
Mm-hmm.
Because my friendship is not your source of medication.
Ooh.
I'm not your crutch. Don't lean on me like that.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, when I move, you're going to fall and break. Why?
Mm.
Because we do all things healthy over here in this neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I
we do
don't
what's
like
healthy
that.
and we do what's right. I don't either, but they exist. And that's why it's important, even in your friendships, to set boundaries.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about that though.
Yeah. And I don't. Well, the good friends that I have that stick around, the ones that you've seen, and I'm very honest. For
Mm-hmm.
some, I cannot hold back. It's like it's gonna gnaw at me. I'm gonna have an itch. Like if I don't say something or say how I feel, it's gonna attack me mentally. Like, why you didn't say this? Why you didn't tell her that? You knew better, so why you didn't tell her?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
want to be the person to say, hey, no. I want them to be like, well, Taisha said, and and it work out in their favor. Like I tell people now, I'm giving you my opinion. This does not mean that it is a fact. So if it don't work out for you, don't come back to me saying, "Oh, I did this, I said that."
Mhm.
You asked me for my opinion, I'm gonna give it to you. It's
Yeah.
up to you if you take it or not.
Mhm. And if they don't, we've got to do a good job of still being there when they
Mm-hmm.
make the mistake,
Yep. Is it?
and not
Mm-hmm.
being the I told you so person. We are so quick to abandon until we get into a situation where we ask for advice. We did the opposite and we needed that person to still be there. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
the one to extend the grace to those who I really love and care about, and really in people in general, but you know what I mean. Just like God extends that grace to me. It's so important. And that's why when we talk about love languages, I tell people that's not just in romantic relationships, that's in relationships in general. And my
Mm-hmm.
love languages are a little bit unorthodox. My love language is reciprocity
Mm-hmm.
and peace. If you can't love me like I love you, I can't do it. And that's for my friends, that's for
Mm-hmm.
my romantic relationships. If we can't be peaceful with one another, I can't do this. And respectfully, I'm going to detach and I'm going to wish you well, but you just simply aren't for me. So, people, we've got to get it together. Do the self work. Go out to those people, even like I was saying, even if have seen where God has pruned people from your lives, make sure you've apologized and make sure you've done the soul work so that you can say that there was no stone that you left unturned. There was nothing that you left unsettled. Now, I didn't say go dig up old dirt. Sometimes you have to just let things be. And sometimes going back and making sure that you've left no stone unturned is as simple as submitting that and that person in prayer so that you can get that closure. Because sometimes you don't even get closure from people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes closure comes from accepting
Yep.
what is, what has been, and what it is that you need to do moving forward so that you can continue along your journey and so that you can continue to persevere and be and strive to be what you need to be. Um and realistically, we're all just people
Yep.
who have a lot more learning to do, a lot more loving to do, a lot more praying to do, and I'm here for the ride. For all of you who are new listeners, I call you guys the lazy lovers. And it has nothing to do with sex or anything nasty, but it has everything to do with this. I guarantee you, when you think about it, you would agree that we do such a lazy job and a lousy job of loving ourselves properly. And therefore, sometimes it even causes us to improperly love others or love
Yep.
others the wrong way. And so, if we could strive to be better and do better overall, we'd be so much better. But understand this, you're never far from where you came from, but you'll always go far if you never forget where you came from and you strive to be better than where you were. You keep God first, you treat people right, and you plant good seeds in good soil, and you'll reap a harvest that you'd never imagine God would allow you to reap.
Come on, snap. Snap them fingers. Yes.
Sashay.
Yes, I agree with everything you just said. And I'm trying to be a better Thai every time I wake up. It's
Mhm.
some people that try to push you. They want to see that side, and I try to just go the opposite way because I don't have time for it.
Mhm.
And but if I do, you'll know it ain't cause of me. It was the other person. Cause we're women, we're human. Period. We
Mhm.
can only take so much. You keep messing with us, eventually you're gonna see that side. But minor things, you can't let it bother you. Just move on.
Yeah.
I know it's easier said than done. It takes time. We have to be alone. We have to reevaluate ourselves, our lives, our attitudes, um, before we can just go to anybody and be like, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." Because people will that pride, they'll take it
Mhm.
to the grave.
Mhm.
Nope, she need to or he need to apologize first.
Yeah.
And it's hard being the bigger person. Oh,
It
I've
is,
done
but
it so
I
many
refuse
times.
to not be. I refuse to not be the bigger person because I realize what it is to be free, and I need to be free. And I
Hmm.
wish that everybody else would have those same sentiments. I'm not going to hold on to anything that's going to hold me captive mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. I'll let it all go so that I can have
Hmm.
my peace and my freedom.
Oh yes, ain't nothing like peace.
Mm-mm.
Ain't
Not
nothing
at
like a
all.
drama-free life.
Amen, sis.
Yeah,
You got any closing words?
that was it.
All right. Well, listen, honey, until next time, we want to take a moment and give an amazing shout out to my
Mhm.
TT Vicky, aka Cinnamon Love. You can find her on YouTube at Vicky's World. That's VICKIE apostrophe S World on YouTube. Shout out to Mr. Wise. I didn't get to talk to you, but I see that you joined in. Shout out to
Mhm.
Get Your Girl Wetter. Okay, all right then.
Oh.
And shout out to Lady Sand. And for those of you who are listening to the replay, we want to thank you for tuning in. And once again, this is your girl Cassie C, also known as the Chocolate Bunny Honey. This has been another episode of The Standard, The Heart, The Thought, where we engage in thought provoking conversation. And to my lovely co host, Miss Ty to the E to the, it's been an absolute pleasure. And until
Mhm.
next time, we'll see you later.
See
Love
y'all.
great and be well.
Yes. Bye, y'all.